We're interviewing today Dan Brown and his 61 Sunbeam. Dan, thanks for the interview. Tell us something about your 61.
Well, this little Sunbeam Alpine is a Series 2. They started making and importing these in 1960, and the run went through about 1967, but this body style was in place through 1963, so this is a Series 2. It's got a 4-cylinder engine in it. It's in great condition. I wish I could take credit for that. I've owned this car for about 2 years. I bought it up in Iowa, and it's originally a Wichita, Kansas car. Lots of paperwork came with the car. I've got receipts going way back to 1961 when it was actually brand new. It's just been in phenomenal condition. Somebody's taken really good care of this. I don't know how many owners it's had. This is just very much like my first car. When I turned 16, my dad gave me the keys to one. This was in 1975, and it was a little red car with faded paint and rust in the quarters, and I drove it all through college, learned how to work on it. Anybody that's ever owned one of these English cars knows that you got to work on them yourself. Nobody else knows how to work on them. Parts are still pretty plentiful for these little cars, and so I plan to just drive it and enjoy it and keep it on the road. And
there is no options on here as far as like mirrors and things. There's some things that are actually not on the car.
You notice that, yeah. It's a really low option car. It's, I guess you could say the only option it has is the heater. Options on this car would have been the side view mirrors, would have included wire wheels, and it does have a hard top actually that came along with the car. It's in pieces. Whoever had the car before me took it apart, painted it, and never really put it back together. I don't drive the car when it's wet or cold, so that top is pretty much staying in my garage. But that was the main option you could get for these, is that fiberglass hardtop that just bolts down. It's really cool.
Well, we know some of the history on these cars in general. Actually, one of them showed up in the first James Bond movie.
That's correct. I'm a big James Bond fan and was before I got that first Sunbeam. But yeah, Dr. No, James Bond's first movie. And of course, those that are fans of James Bond usually associate him with that Aston Martin with all the gizmos on it. Well, that little Sunbeam Alpine actually was not a gizmo-infested car. I mean, it was just a basic Alpine. He outran the bad guys in that Packard hearse and sent them down that hill to their ruin. But yeah, in fact, I got that clip on my iPhone. I love that little clip.
Well, we love your car, and Dan Brown, we appreciate you taking time out to talk to us about it. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for the interview. It's been fun.